All right, so the hottest story in Dodger baseball comes from Ken Rosenthal, who had his Nuggets and was doing some reporting around the league. And he's reporting that Miguel Rojas, who had previously said he told this guy right here, yours truly, that he was retiring after the 2026 season. And now he's saying that he could possibly continue his career if the Dodgers three-peat, if they go to bring it back and they continue to win. Ken Rosenthal is reporting that this is a possibility, that Miguel Rojas and his family are going to continue to kind of communicate to see how things are going with everything and how he feels, how the body feels, how the performance looks, and that he has not completely shut it down as a possibility to continue his career. So interesting stuff, because it felt like this was it for Miguel Rojas. It felt like this was his last dance, that this was going to be his final season after being the Dodgers World Series hero in 2025, hitting that big home run. Well, it felt like this was a perfect time for him to go out, but the season starts, and I think for Miguel Rojas, he's seeing that physically he's fine. He can still play defense at above average level, and offensively, he's had himself a really good season in his role. And if that doesn't slow down significantly, why would you call it a career? So far, Miguel Rojas, in 18 games, 49 plate appearances, in 341 with an 852 OPS, and he has a specific role for this team. And that role is you play elite defense at multiple positions on the infield, and then you can play short, can mentor guys like Ha-Seong Kim, can be the Mookie whisperer. And also what he does at a very high level is he's really, really good against left-handed pitching. I mean, his success against lefties for the last couple years has really been his ticket to continue his career. This season, in 15 games against southpaws, 26 plate appearances, he's hitting .435 with 1196 OPS, a home run, 3 doubles, 3 RBI, just 4 strikeouts with 3 walks against lefties. He has been elite in a relatively small sample size against lefties, but if you go back the last couple years, he's just been a great at-bat against lefties. And here's the thing, the at-bat you're going to remember him most for was against a righty. Hoffman in the World Series, his only home run that year against a true righty. So like he said in the interview after, when he had the Dave Roberts and the John Schneider interview with Jeff Passan, one thing he said was, yeah, I like the fact that there's always this perception of me that I can't do something in a certain situation, that all of these managers have their cards, right? It's the big spreadsheet. You got the columns and the rows, and you've got the matchups that will say, what's the best matchup, the most favorable matchup you could want. And in the World Series, Hoffman versus Miguel Rojas was bright red, meaning that that was a matchup that favored the Blue Jays the most. If the Blue Jays could have picked any matchup, one of them they would have considered would have been Hoffman versus Rojas. But what Rojas said is it doesn't account for, check that, balls. And that's what he said. Those are Rojas's words, not mine. And he said that, hey, that's a big part of this. So for the Dodgers to continue to have players like that, ones that kind of defy analytics, ones that are big time in the clubhouse, in the dugout, can mentor. He has got a special relationship with Mookie Betts. And this is specifically what it says in the Ken Rosenthal article. Because, look, this is big news. I mean, for me at least, because, one, it hurts me because I was hoping to – I thought me and Miggy Rowe were cool. I mean, I thought I was the one that was handling all of his retirement announcements, but I'll have to talk to him about that. But also how it impacts the roster moving forward. Because if he wants to continue playing and the Dodgers want to have him back, that's one less spot on your bench that you have to develop a young talent. Think of the Alex Freelands. Think of the Ha-Seong Kims. Think of other players in the future that we talk about. Guys like James Tibbs, guys like Zaire Hope, guys like Josue DePaula. There is a pipeline of talent that is on the cusp of making their debut for this organization. And I think if you're Andrew Friedman and you're Brandon Gomes and you're this roster and you're thinking to yourself, oh, this is great news. Oh, yeah, I would love to have Miggy Rowe back. Sure. But then your mind starts to wander like, wait a second, there's only 13 spots. What do I do with these young guys? So that's going to be a potential conundrum that they'll be in, but it'll be a champagne problem if it turns out that the reason why he's continuing his career is because he's continuing to produce and the Dodgers are continuing to win World Series titles. Here's what it says in Ken Rosenthal's piece, quote, Los Angeles Dodgers infielder Miguel Rojas will reconsider his decision to retire at the end of the season under only one scenario. If we three-peat, he said. If that happens and Rojas is healthy, he will discuss with his wife, Mariana, his son, Aaron, 10, and daughter, Amber, 5, whether he wants to keep playing. Rojas' motivation would be to win a 4th straight World Series title with the Dodgers. No team has accomplished that since the New York Yankees won 5 straight series beginning in 1949. Rojas' family, though, might take priority. Quote, when I made this decision to retire and play for one more year, it's not because I felt I couldn't play. I can still play. I can prepare to go and play shortstop for 100 games, but it's bigger than that. I'm family-oriented. Says Rojas, a 13-year veteran, specifically mentioned his son, who he said plays in baseball tournaments every weekend. Aaron will send Rojas videos of his games, excited for his father to see him in action. Said, quote, he asked me, did you watch me play? I say yes, but I want to be there for him. That's what my parents did for me. I think it's time. I know your time in the game is too short, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure I'm there for him too. So ultimately, it feels like his son, Aaron, who's 10, is going to hold the cards on his future. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't care if I was the best player in Little League. If my dad can still play at the big league level, hey, Dad, FaceTime me. Hey, Dad, we'll stream it. Hey, Dad, you can watch the game after the fact. You'll have plenty of time to go to my middle school games, my high school games. I don't know. For me, if my dad was in the big leagues, I mean, geez, I'm definitely I'm feeling special about that, going to Dodger Stadium, because here's the thing. When his son goes to the clubhouse and his son goes to the dugout and he's on the field before and after the game, that's special. I've seen it with my own eyes. The World Baseball Classic, the All-Star game, the Dodger game. Like, there's just something about your pops wearing that jersey and how that is something that does not last long. And once it's gone forever. And yes, Miguel Rojas, I think, has a bright future in this game, potentially as the future manager of the Dodgers. And I'll say right now, I know everyone wants Chase Utley to be the Dodgers manager. UCLA Bruin, shout out. Everyone wants Justin Turner to be the Dodgers manager. If I had to have my pick, I'm taking Miguel Rojas all day, every day, twice on Sunday, and on Game 7 too. Because I think Miguel Rojas, he has this special ability to communicate with everyone. Superstars like Shohei, young players like Roki. You see him on the top deck dancing with Roki's bobblehead. Cool with Kike Hernandez. This guy's got a magnetic personality, also baseball IQ off the chart. So that's my pick to be the successor of Dave Roberts one day. I want to see Miguel Rojas go down as the Dodgers manager that takes on that torch, because it's great with the media. He's great with his teammates. And here's the thing. He's just got that baseball IQ. He's got that baseball IQ. And here's the thing. You can see the similarities with him and Dave Roberts, right? Dave Roberts was not a top-level prospect. He had to fight and claw to stay in the show. And then what is Dave Roberts always going to be known for? The steal. 2004. The ALCS steal against the Yankees. What is Miguel Rojas always going to be known for? The home run. Game 7 of the World Series. Both had these improbable postseason moments that you can't take away from them. And that's what I like about Miggy Rowe. So Miggy Rowe, look, I'm open to it. I really am. I think it's complicated. I think that there's a couple things here that are for sure. One, he's not going to play anywhere else but the Dodgers. So it's either he's back in LA or he's going to retire. And two, hey, if the Dodgers three-peat, and he's a big reason why, we know that they have shown the susceptibility to kind of doing this kind of stuff and saying, hey, we are going to bring back the guys that we trust. But if I'm not loving to hear this if I'm one of the young Dodgers prospects today. I will say that. I'm like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, man, like, I thought you were graduating, and he's kind of back for a fifth year at homecoming. Like, no, I'm still here, right? But hey, he can be a Dodger as long as he wants. We love Miguel Rojas in LA.